Y Radio Podcasts. Y Radio Podcasts are produced by students from Waiheke High School Media Studies. For more information on our show, check us out at www.waihekeradio.org.nz/yradio. Going to start off with our section called Culture on the Spectrum. We've got the girls in here, and they're going to talk about a film that they made last year. Girls, introduce yourselves.
Hi, Lexi.
Hi, I'm Delphina.
So, girls, you made a short film last year as part of Level 2 Media Studies, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, Alexi did, yeah.
Oh, weren't you involved in it?
I wasn't in media studies, though.
Oh, but you were helping out.
You were a co-director.
Yeah.
So Lexi, what were you taking Level 2 Media Studies at school, or were taking it at Harbonet?
Takota.
Takota.
It's basically Harbonet.
One of the standards is to create a short film. What genre was your film? Well, tell us a little bit about the film.
It had to be a horror film.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Although
my film wasn't very scary, if I'm being honest. But basically, my short film, if I can remember, it was about like two teenagers. They go for a walk one day. However, one of them gets hit by a car and dies.
But then don't they kind of come back to haunt?
Yeah, they get resurrected.
They get resurrected.
They're not alive.
They're not alive, but
they're like a
not. Okay, it's implied that the protagonist is kind of like Delulu. So they
What's Delulu?
Delusional.
Oh, delusional.
So they kind of, it's like they're a figment of their imagination, you know?
Right. So they're not actually resurrected, but they're sort of haunting them, like in their.
It's supposed to be a psychological horror.
And who was in your film?
Lola Farquhar as the protagonist,
yeah.
and Josie Manson as the friend that got hit.
What were the characters' names again? I can't remember.
Oh God, I think Lola was Jordan as the protagonist, and then Robin was the ghost.
And so you scripted the film, and did you direct it as well?
Yeah.
How long? I mean, how did
and
you
edited it?
Has this been something that you've been interested in for like a while, or you just?
What, making films?
Yeah, making films.
Pretty much. I used to make films when I was younger with my friends, and that was always fun. But this was probably like my first ever like proper film. Yeah, so that was like a cool experience, and I feel like I learned a lot from last year.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it looked really beautiful. I thought it was. Maybe that's also just the nature of our island as well. Mm. And so that was like your first kind of scripted, you know, and what was that experience like?
Well, there were obviously like some hard times. Like, yeah, I guess like I don't know why, but I made us film really early in the morning for some scenes.
At like 6 a.m.
So that was super difficult, and you know how the sun, the sun like.
But isn't that a good time to film, or just?
Yeah, but it was just difficult with like the time that we had.
We had a limited amount of time, and it's just like continuity issues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so...
And how was it, like 3 minutes or so? How long did yours come in? 3 or 4 minutes long?
5 minutes, the whole film, including credits, which are now long.
5 to 6 minutes, I think, yeah.
And what did Delphina do?
Good question.
What was your role, Delphina?
You helped quite a bit. You were just like...
But we put Alexi's name.
No,
you didn't get Delphina didn't get credits?
Yeah, I did.
I think I got credits, didn't I?
Yeah, you did for the
credits
sound.
for like audio.
Yeah.
You did some editing.
I did some.
You held some of the equipment.
Yeah, I was like the
grip. You were the grip.
I was the grip.
And you were the schedule person.
Yeah,
you had
because they didn't have any schedule, so I was.
So you're kind of like the producer in some ways. That's like really important on films, eh?
Honestly,
it's actually.
Yeah. I think this year you're going to be the camera person because I don't know how to use your camera.
Right.
So, and Delphina seems to.
So you did, and you entered the film into a competition called the OnScreen competition, which if you don't know what OnScreen is, it's kind of like from my understanding too, it's also like an offshoot of the Smoke Free Rock Quest. It's the same kind of thing, but for films.
Like on there somewhere, on that kind of.
And it's like a national competition for young filmmakers. And so you did pick up a couple of awards, though, right? I mean...
Not important awards.
Well, I mean...
Well, there's still awards, I
guess.
One
was for audio or something, right?
And I think Alexi got, like, highly commended editor or something.
Oh, yeah.
Alexi, so that's pretty good.
I don't think I deserved it, though.
Why?
Because my editing skills weren't that good. And
what do you think, like, what makes a good edit?
I don't know, like, my edits were like super choppy, I feel like, at some points, and the color grading was really bad, but I think that's because of the program we used. or maybe it's just my
and our camera
and our camera. Yeah.
I mean, I went to the. I didn't see your film. I went to the showing of the films, and I didn't see your film.
You didn't?
No, because
it was only the finalists.
Yeah, it was like the finalists.
We were only in the semi-finals.
And I'd say that, like, you know, there wasn't anything that really. Maybe one film that stood out as being color graded.
Was that like the soup one?
Yeah, or the beach one, that kind of sort of abstract one that was on the beach, you know. But that kind of used the color as a specific like feature of the film, and it wasn't just like sort of we're color grade. You know what I mean? Like it was actually a huge part of it because it was like really abstract. Yeah, and I mean editing. I don't know. Nothing really stood out super. Grand. I mean, there's some pretty average edits. So you're having another go this year.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about maybe what you think is going to be different about this year's film, or what's this year's film about? It's a different genre anyway.
It's coming of age, which is more versatile, and I feel like we can pull that off a bit better. Yeah. Potentially.
Hopefully.
Yeah, because horror is quite a difficult genre to pull off.
Especially, I feel like when you don't have like a budget as well. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, you don't need to, but I feel like it's easy. There
were a couple of horrors that I remember from the competition. One in particular, which actually was quite scary one.
Yeah.
And so, coming of age. I mean, that's kind of a common one for short films, anyway. So, what are you going to do different this time?
Well, color grading is going to be a pretty integral part of this film, I feel like. But other than that, I guess like.
We're more focused on like the audio and the lighting as well, which we didn't do anything with last year.
Yeah.
Because last year we just used all natural light, and this year we're gonna have some indoor scenes, which will let us control the lighting a bit more.
Yeah. I guess like the themes are obviously gonna be different.
Yeah.
I guess last year's theme was about grief as well, and this year's theme is gonna be kind of centered around death and the impact of that, I suppose.
And so you're going to enter it into the competition again, and this time we're going to win.
Hopefully. But this year I want to delve deeper into like the characters. I guess like.
Do you see this as something that you might want to pursue outside of high school?
I have no idea. Maybe if I enjoy it enough. I mean, I do enjoy it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. What about you, Delphina?
Maybe. I mean, it's my backup option. So
when the horse thing doesn't.
Oh my god.
I mean, I think you should combine the two, horror films and horses.
What horror films?
Horror films?
Well, just I don't know.
Films.
Just horses.
Filming horses.
Filming horses. Filming horses do horrific things. Cocaine horse. I mean, everyone's got to start somewhere, and short films are, actually. I mean, you think back to. I don't know how many, it must have been like 20, 25 years ago now. Taika Waititi won the Academy Award for short film with Two Cars in One Night, and made a couple of short films before making a feature film. And so I really like the short film kind of genre. I mean, you don't really get to see, it's not something that you go to the films and see very often, but there is a festival that goes around occasionally. And I think it's just a great place to start, and see how you go. So anyway, I'm looking forward to you guys' film again.
Thank you.
Anything else?
You should act in our film.
We guys should make an appeal for money. We need some money.
Yeah, we should get a grant for
the short film. I don't know. I think there are actually some NZ On Air grants for short films, and especially if they're sort of documentary style and things like that, which can be kind of. I've seen some really interesting short documentaries lately that are sort of verging on. They use like narrative techniques to tell the documentary, so they're not just like, here's this guy who's doing this thing. They kind of explore almost like fictional techniques of narrative to do a documentary. Anyway, okay, that's great. Well, wish you guys luck on your short film, and hopefully this year, we can win some awards, or you can win some awards. Thanks for listening to Y Radio Podcasts. Subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting app, and check us out online at www.waihekeradio.org.nz/yradio.